On September 11th at 7:30 p.m., Hayes High School's choir and orchestra will break in the brand new auditorium by performing in it for the very first time. These groups will be performing The Journey Home, which was composed by Braden Smith, Hayes High's orchestra teacher. The students began rehearsing the song back on August 9th at the old high school during Jumpstart season, but are excited to not only show off the new school, but also their skills. Here's a couple of interviews to get you excited about the performance. This is Riley Flax with Braden Smith, the orchestra teacher at Hayes High School, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about the new opening performance in the Performing Arts Center at the new Hayes High. So, how long did it take you to complete the music for this performance?
Yeah, in total, it took about a year to write all the music for it, and that includes waiting time for it to get the text, and then getting all 4 movements done. All together, it took about a year.
What was your biggest inspiration for this piece?
So the text that Catherine Miller wrote is based off of the last few chapters of The Wizard of Oz, the novel. And so she tried to feature some stories and lines that are not seen in the movie. And so with that, I took the text and after reading those chapters, created just imagery behind us. So similar to soundtrack writing where there's already a scripted story, I tried to fill in the lines with the music and create something that matched.
Yeah, awesome. What is your favorite section from The Journey Home? And if applicable, can you explain the story behind said section?
Yeah, so my favorite part is the third movement, and the reason for me is it's just a melody and chord structure that's lived in my brain for a long time. So it's been really, really nice to hear the students bring that to life. I do know that a lot of the students like the second movement the best, and it's also a really catchy tune that's almost pop songish and just really, really an earworm. So.
Mm-hmm. So why did you decide to compose your own song for the opening performance instead of finding a pre-existing one?
Yeah, we spent a little while the summer after my first year figuring out a piece that we thought matched what we wanted out of the first performance in this space, and we just couldn't find anything we liked or that was attainable level-wise. And our main things were we wanted as many Hayes High students participating as possible, and we wanted something exciting. And so with that, we just decided to do a commission, and I do have a background in orchestral writing and symphonic writing. So I went ahead and took on the part writing for that, and then we had Catherine Miller commission the text, and then that's when we started brainstorming on the idea and bringing it to life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
My name is EJ Fenwick, and I'm interviewing Alex Underwood for the new Performing Opening concert. What do you like most about the new auditorium?
I love the new Performing Arts Center. There's so many things that I love about it. I love the space itself. I think it's a really nice, like it's beautiful. I love the limestone in it, and I love the wood. I also think it's a perfect size for what we need, and I think the acoustics are really fantastic. But it's also outfitted with, state-of-the-art equipment. So the lighting and the sound equipment's really nice. The stage is big and spacious and suits our needs really well. The fly systems are complete and really, really great too. And then there's a back suite of spaces for building the scenery and the costumes and the props, as well as a place for the students to prepare for the show and be backstage. So it's really great.
That sounds lovely. Which choir event are you most excited for this school year?
Also, there's so many. I mean, they each have their own mission, I guess, to them, or aesthetic to them. And so I try to keep them pretty varied so they all seem interesting and engaging. and it's not just like the fall concert. Like we're really trying to move away from that model. So there's a set of things that I think are really interesting. We're going to do a cover of the Chicks Fly album that I'm super excited about. There's the cabaret that is a favorite for the students that focuses on musical theater rep. We're going to be kind of working with a composer to create our own piece that we'll spend kind of this semester writing and coming up with, that uses like electronics and sampling and things like that we'll then perform live too, as sort of a art installation, and that's the work that we'll take to New York City with us when we go in May. I'm obviously excited about this opening concert. So
Sounds like lots of really fun plans.
yeah.
So what's your favorite section from the journey home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm partial to the first and last movements because they have choir with them, and so I like them both quite a lot. And I guess if I had to pick between the two of them, I think the first movement's my favorite.
Is there any certain story behind your favorite part?
I'm not sure that the narrative is the reason why I like it or dislike it. I mean, I like the text a lot. I think it's a lovely sentiment, and I like the origins of it from the old Wizard of Oz books. I think that's really clever and a good thing for us as we're embarking on this new journey in this new facility.
And do you think there's a section of the piece that is the most difficult to perform?
This really isn't that difficult of a work, so I don't find any of it very difficult. I mean, chamber singers learned the entire piece in one day. It was a long day, but I think it's pretty manageable for us, which is good because our concert is, less than a month into school. So we don't really have time to learn something difficult and refine it. We needed something that was pretty easy and we could just get started on it right away. And I think that when Mr. Smith was writing it, he kind of had that in mind for all the ensembles, that it needed to be achievable quickly while still making the impact that we want it to make.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
And there you have it, an inspiring performance open to the public in just a few days. Just a reminder that the performance is free to attend on September 11th at 7:30 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Be sure to come support your fellow Indians. I'm EJ Fenwick, this is Tribe Broadcasting, and there's no place like home.